By now, most of you have probably already heard of SEVR Broadheads. They were introduced last year, and that was the 2.1 titanium you see here. This year, SEVR has come out with the 1.7 AP and the 1.5 titanium. And they all have their own unique place. So if you're wanting maximum cutting diameter, the 2.1 inch diameter cut broadhead is absolutely the way to go. SEVR introduced the 1.7 AP to bring in a slightly lower price point. Now this model is about $2 cheaper per broadhead than the titanium models. Now it's got a 1.7 inch cutting diameter. The ferrule is anodized aluminum, and it comes with a stainless steel tip. The 1.5 titanium has a 1.5 inch cutting diameter. As you can see, it's got a much steeper blade sweep back than what the 2.1 does. Now, this one is primarily designed for long distance shooters. If you're hunting out west, for example, pursuing pronghorn, mule deer, maybe you're shooting a lighter arrow to keep your trajectory flatter, your velocities up. You need a little bit of help with penetration, so the swept back gives that penetration a little added boost. And of course the shorter cutting diameter is also going to assist in that as well. But again, every one of them has a purpose. So they have a lot of really unique features built into them that you just don't see in other broadheads. So we're going to take a closer look at what those features are. The key feature of the SEVR Broadhead is its locking and pivoting blades. Now this is pretty cool. As the blade deploys from the rear, it locks open. Gets to a point and it just locks open, and that allows the blades to pivot on the common axis, which is that set screw. So the advantage of this is pretty obvious. If you're hitting bone, for instance, as your arrow passes through, that blade just pivots right out of the way. When it gets past the bone, the muscle tissue will recenter it, and it just keeps on going. And that is really important to get a clean, not only a good deep penetration, but a pass-through shot, which is always what we want for quicker kills, better blood trails. So the pivoting action is really the highlight of this broadhead, and it works really well. It's really good for if you have a marginal angle, steep shot, you might hit a rib from the back, maybe you're on the ground and you have a rear quartering shot. A lot of times the broadhead will tend to skip off the ribs if you don't get it just right. So having that ability to pivot around the bone really makes a big difference in getting that penetration on any shot, but especially on a marginal shot or a marginal shot angle. So that is one of the features that really set the SEVR Broadhead apart. A unique feature of the SEVR Broadhead is the fact that you can actually shoot the broadheads that you're going to hunt with at a target. You can target practice, you can make sure your zero is on with the broadhead that you're going to hunt with. And now this is possible because the ferrule is machined to accept this set screw. And when the blades are closed, you can simply run that screw in. Make sure you get it lined up. There we go. And that'll lock the blades closed, so they won't open. So you can take this out, shoot it in your foam target, layered foam target, 3D target, whatever. The blade is down in the ferrule. It's not going to get dull. So you can shoot it, make sure you're zeroed. You know exactly what your point of impact is going to be because you're shooting the head that you're going to hunt with. Now that, in our book, really does beat shooting, the so-called practice heads, which they kind of look like the original, but they're really not. You never know. You don't know what the weight difference is. You don't know what the aerodynamic changes are between those practice heads and the actual broadhead. But this way, because it's the same thing. So you know what your point of impact is going to be, and that really instills a lot of confidence knowing that when you make a good shot, the broadhead is going to go where you want it to. Another advantage of the SEVR Broadheads is that they are all rated for both vertical compound bows and crossbows, even the high-speed ones. So it doesn't matter what your platform is that you're shooting, these are going to deploy as they should. Now if you're a traditional bow hunter, maybe you're running a recurve or a longbow, you probably wouldn't want to shoot them at a draw weight of anything less than 50, 55 pounds. Just, as long as your poundage is up there, there'll be no problem. But otherwise, yeah, these will run in pretty much any platform that you need. Something else that separates SEVR Broadheads apart from other manufacturers is that the Broadheads come in individual cases. So each one of them is in its own box, and inside you'll have a couple of O-rings and the set screw, of course, for the target practice mode. Now, this year SEVR also came out with a carry case for their Broadheads. Now, this is really great for the traveling bow hunter, and you need to put your Broadhead somewhere where they can stay together and stay safe. And it zips right up. It's got a fairly firm foam construction, so it's not going to damage your Broadheads in your luggage. And a little zipper pouch here to put some small items if you want. It's really neat idea, and it's just one of the other attentions to detail that SEVR seems to be focused on to really, expand and enhance the bow hunting experience, whether you're in the field or you're traveling. So as you can see, SEVR Broadheads are kind of unique in the industry. They have a lot going for them and offer a lot of features to the bow hunter. Now, you can only buy these through SEVRBroadheads.com. You cannot buy them at a pro shop or any other retail outlet, only through the manufacturer, which is kind of nice because if you have any problems, you're dealing directly with the company that made the Broadheads, no middleman. And you can buy these in whatever quantity you like. That could be 1 or 2 or 8 or 20, whatever it is. They sell these individually, so that makes it nice. You're not limited to a 3-pack if you only need to replace 1 Broadhead. So check them out at SEVRBroadheads.com. We think you'll like them.